A little while ago, I made a video about the top 8-bit songs, mostly of them like being Nintendo games and such. Anyway, I thought I'd go through the top 10 favorite Nintendo games for the original Nintendo system, which we have right here. And being joined here by Jake Quellen, we're gonna go back and forth talking about how amazing the Nintendo Entertainment Center was, forever will be, you know. So we'll just start at number 10, work our way to number 1. A lot of people know me, know already my favorite games, and have seen me play them many times. So, when did you guys get your first Nintendo?
We didn't have the Nintendo. We had the Nintendo 64.
Number 10, Base Wars. Now this is a game where you play baseball, but you're robots. You'll hit the ball, it'll go somewhere, you try to run to a base, and then rather than just being out like a normal baseball, you have the two robots and they fight, and you can upgrade them and buy them weapons and armor and all kinds of things. Really fun. Number 9. Obviously, I'd say one of my favorite games, but it wouldn't be on this kind of if it wasn't. So, Friday the 13th. Everyone knows I love horror movies. I love some Jason. I've got some Friday the 13th right here. Old Jason. And he got himself a Nintendo game. It's kind of weird. It's not necessarily the most accurate of games. He goes around killing kids. You gotta stop him. So. Desert Commander. This game, it's kind of hard to put. This is it's almost like a board game, but like the Stratego or strategy, depending on the version. You have a set number of pieces or armies, and you move them. You have a turn. You move all your people to one spot. Like you have a artillery. Everyone's gonna know Super Mario Brothers 3. I think everybody has played that game. You get all these new weapon power-up things. You got the raccoon tail. You can get that little bouncy bag thing, and all the levels. You got the whistle. Fun game. I don't have to go into it much. Everyone knows. Number 6. Now, Mega Man 2. I could go into a whole thing, but half of the fun of the game is just how great the music is. I think probably one of the top 1 or 2 greatest NFL NES musics ever is in that game, which is, Flashman, who's in that game. Felt bad having her just stand over there and watch me, but
Scrutinize me for not having a Nintendo.
everyone. See, that's what I'm talking about. You can't have nice things. That's probably why there was not a Nintendo.
No, it's not.
So, number 5, Final Fantasy. There's, I think, 16 or 15, maybe more. I don't even know anymore, but Final Fantasy, it just, you know. Jaws. Now, you don't know anything about the game, but the movie's amazing.
I've seen
So,
the movies.
The game is based on Jaws: Revenge, which is probably one of the single worst movies ever thought up, made, special effects. If you can, they're special, but. Alright, number 3, we're getting right down to it. Bigfoot. Not the creature, but the monster truck. Number 2, most people have probably heard of Tetris. Most people have it on their phones today, one way or another, but the original Tetris, the most popular, there's 2 different Tetris. Well, I think it might even be Tetris 2. But the real Tetris, the best music. Alright, before we get to that number 1, most people probably know what it is, or at least should be, but I want to do some honorable mentions, as most videos tend to do, so we can, you know, throw in some shouts for some other games. Number 1. Now, this shouldn't come as much a surprise, but Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. This game is a life changer. I couldn't tell you how many times I frustratingly tried to beat Mike Tyson in that game. If not for getting like the cheat code out of one of these How to Nintendo things, and it tells you how to, you just put in the code and you memorize it after doing it. And like a lot of people remember their childhood phone numbers, some people remember their close relatives and significant others' birthdays. I can't do that, but I can still remember the code to get to Mike Tyson. 007-373-5963.
Oh my god.
there you have it. That's my top 10 favorite NES games. I know there's all the new Nintendo Minis and stuff, and retro gaming getting big again. I wouldn't waste the money on the Nintendo Mini, honestly. I would just download an emulator or buy a thing. The Raspberry Pi is a great order. One of the easiest ways to do it is get a thing called an EverDrive, which you can use your original Nintendo for. I just recently learned about it. You use your original Nintendo and you buy a cartridge, so it's like a blank one with a special chip that goes in it, and it has all 750 Nintendo games on it. And leave it sitting there, and you can just do your options and play every game.